Hey guys, this is called my Milk and Madhu video, which means nothing to you right now, but it is a great story. And I want to talk to you about this guy that works at a restaurant called Milk and Madhu, located in Indonesia. And it's just a really good feel story. So hopefully you stick with me with this story. So I've been living in and around, Australia, Southeast Asia for a little while now, and I've seen a lot of restaurants, seen a lot of different service people, and particularly are some of the most beautiful, kind-hearted, just beautiful natured people that you will ever come across. They would have nothing and they would give you everything. It's just an amazing thing to be around them. And they're very deeply spiritual, respectful people, loving people, very family orientated. And it's a privilege and an honor to be living in some of my life around them, because they set such a beautiful example of many aspects of living well. And so there's this restaurant and it's called Milk and Madhu, and big acknowledgement to the Milk and Madhu organization. There's several of them in Bali and across, I'm not sure whether it's across Southeast Asia or in other places, but they have a regime there, a very strong culture around customer service and the products that they serve. Like, you go into their kitchen and it's pristine. Like, it is so pristine that everything is like clockwork. The servers, when you arrive, have the same beautiful smile and welcoming and remember your name, and just read between the lines. If I've got my backpack and I'm looking to do some work, they put me in a seat where I've got the ability to plug in, and they think of all the one percenters and all the extra things. And their team is so well trained, and it is a pleasure to go there. And they charge reasonable prices. And so I want to talk about one particular guy named Ketut. Now, generally speaking, there's 4 names of men: Ketut, Made, and 2 others. I'm trying to think of them. Wayan is another one, the 3rd one, and I can't think of the 4th one. But there's a guy there that works, one particular guy, and he works in the bike parking area, which traditionally in most restaurants is probably, I would have to assume, the least paid hourly, and they get paid like nothing. But the Balinese, particularly in restaurants, get paid, I think it's like 400, like this is a good wage would be 400 Australian, which would be $250 US per month, to be working full time in a restaurant with long hours. So now this guy wouldn't be making that money. He would be making well under that money. And he parks the bikes in the front. It gets quite crowded, and this one guy parks in the rain, in searing heat, and he's there every time. And he's the reason I go. Ketut is the reason why I go to that place. And there's actually 2 of them that park the bikes. They're both equally lovely, but the reason why I head to the restaurant so regularly and consistently is the experience that this man gives me. Now, I don't know this man from a bar of soap. I don't know him. I don't know his family. I don't know the life that he lives. What I know is this: every time I rock up in my bike, this guy sees me from 100 meters away and is genuinely excited to see me. Like, waves me down, and basically, there's like this on the street. Hey, I can see the excitement and the smile, and he calls me, and I go in there even when I'm not planning on going there. If I see him there, I just call in, and I get my bike ready. And as soon as I get off my bike, he comes and he hugs me, and he looks me in the eye and he goes, "I've missed you. Where have you been?" He's like, "It's so good to see you again, Mr. Jason." He calls me Mr. Jason. He's like, "I'm so glad to see you here." He said, "Are you going to have a beautiful morning this morning?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I am." Now that I see you, you probably got nothing, You probably hardly got any 1,000th of what maybe I own or what other people that are in that restaurant own. And yet that man is the happiest, kindest, nicest, friendliest, warmest man I've ever met. The experience of you know, this little guy coming with a massive smile, hugging, and he gives you a proper hug, right? It doesn't matter whether people are what, he comes and gives me a hug and gives me five, and like we've got a shaking routine. When I first arrived in Southeast Asia, I wasn't sort of sure about the tipping kind of thing. And every time now I just tip this guy massively because, you know, massively is probably not, you know, it's like $5, $10 or that's a lot, right? To tip 10 to $20 is quite big for them. And he doesn't expect it. He doesn't need it. He's always accepted it because I've said to him I want him to accept it, because he just makes my friggin' day every time I go there. If I'm feeling slightly under pressure, or I'm feeling a bit down, or I'm feeling a bit sad for whatever reason, I just go to that restaurant and I have my fingers crossed that he's there. Because that 2 to 3 minute moment when I arrive and the 2 or 3 minute moment when I leave is the best friggin' moment that I have in that day or that week. And I just want to acknowledge that guy in how he approaches life, how he approaches other humans, the warmth, the lack of barrier that guy has. It's not just me that he does it to. I'm not just the special one. I see him having this relationship with other men, women, other people, families and stuff like that. It's just friggin' beautiful, man. It's like, I look at that guy and I go, do you know what? If I'm a tenth of that guy, then I've made something massive of myself. If I'm 1/10 of the man, of the human that guy is friggin' next level. So I just want to share that story with you. Milk and Madhu, the owners of Milk and Madhu, if you happen to watch this, those 2, potentially 3 car parking people are just incredible. Please acknowledge them as such a value in your organization, because they are the reason why I go. I go there for the beautiful coffee and food as well, and the warmth of all your entire staff. But those guys on the front are next level. And I don't know, I hope you realize what you've got, because they are incredible. So, and I hope you see this, and I hope they see this as well. And this is a huge acknowledgement to them. And yeah, and they probably don't even realize what they give, but they give a lot. So heartfelt appreciation for those couple of guys that are the car parking guys at Milk and Madhu, and for teaching me this lesson as well. It's like I learn from everyone, and I've learned more from you guys, and you probably don't even realize it. You're setting an incredible example about how to be an amazing human. So thank you for that. All right. See you later, guys.